Did the fan favorite just get better? Hi, I'm Matt from ratings.com, and today we're looking at the JBL Charge 6. The latest in JBL's popular charge lineup promises improved water and dust protection, Auracast multi-speaker pairing, and a handy carrying strap. 4 years after the Charge 5's release, does JBL have another winner on their hands? Design-wise, the Charge 6 follows JBL's tried-and-true formula. It's cylindrical, rugged, and available in 9 different colorways to match your style. The fabric mesh covering wraps tightly around the body, giving it that familiar, textured feel. It's designed to fit horizontally on 2 flat silicone strips that run along its base, but you can also balance it on the silicone feet that frame the passive radiators at either end of the cylinder. The Charge 5 had 3 feet here, and 4 is more than 3, so if you believe that more is better, consider this a win. You'll find a USB-C charging port on the back. You can use the port to charge both the speaker and other devices. This is an upgrade from the Charge 5, which used 2 ports, USB-C for charging and USB-A for power delivery. The Charge 6 is rated IP68, meaning it's both waterproof and dustproof. That's a slight improvement on the IP67 rating of the Charge 5. In practice, that means you can submerge the Charge 6 in 1.5 meters of water for up to 30 minutes, where the Charge 5 wasn't certified for deeper than a meter. JBL also says the Charge 6 will withstand drops of up to a meter on concrete. We don't suggest sending your speaker to the bottom of a pool or tossing it out of a first floor window, but this resilience can provide peace of mind if you're clumsy. Whether you're by the pool, on a hike, or just hanging out in the yard on a gray, rainy day, you can rest easy. Finally, the Charge 6 comes with a carrying strap and built-in loops to attach it. It's a really nice addition, making it easy to hang the speaker on bag straps or tent poles. When placed in its horizontal orientation, all the buttons are on top. They respond with a satisfying click when pressed. The play and volume buttons are slightly raised and embossed, making them easy to feel without looking. Meanwhile, the Auracast, Bluetooth, and power buttons sit on a smoother strip just above them. Each button does exactly what you'd expect, and there are some handy shortcuts too, like skipping tracks with button combos as outlined in the manual. The speaker also uses audio cues to keep you in the loop. You'll hear chimes when entering pairing mode, connecting to a device, hitting max volume, or enabling stereo or party mode. However, it doesn't chime for things like disconnecting, hitting minimum volume, or shutting off to save power. Just below the JBL logo, there's a small LED bar that shows battery status. It flashes red for low battery and white while charging. One of the biggest changes is the new Auracast button. This lets you link the Charge 6 with other JBL speakers that support Auracast by pressing the button or using the JBL portable app. Keep in mind that since the speaker only pairs via Auracast, you can't link the Charge 6 to older models like the Charge 5. So, that app I mentioned, it's very good. It works on both Android and iOS and adds a bunch of useful features to the Charge 6. You can update the firmware, reset the speaker, use Auracast, and access a customizable 7-band graphic EQ. It also includes 4 factory presets: signature, chill, energetic, and vocal, as well as the option to save your own custom presets. Of course, this speaker doesn't have a mic, so there are no voice assistant or microphone control options to tweak. But you do get playtime boost mode, which helps extend the battery life by dialing the bass back a bit. The battery life on the Charge 6 is excellent. JBL advertises up to 24 hours of playtime, or up to 28 with playtime boost. But in our tests, we got just under 14 hours normally and about 19 with boost on. Playtime boost works by lowering the bass and low mids to save power, so you'll need to decide if the trade-off's worth it. Keep in mind that battery life varies with usage. Either way, this speaker will get you through a full day out at the park. It charges fully in about 2.5 hours, and you can also use the speaker as a battery pack to charge your other devices on the go. Fair warning, it doesn't come with its own USB-C cable. You'll need to supply your own, plus a power brick. This speaker uses Bluetooth 5.4 and has a fantastic range. You can leave the speaker on the other side of the garden without worrying about dropouts. It also supports multi-point pairing, so you can connect 2 devices at once. If you hit play on one, it'll automatically pause the other, making it easy to switch between sources. Latency is on the higher side with both iOS and Android, which might cause some lip sync issues when watching videos. Some apps and devices compensate for audio latency better than others, so your mileage may vary. If you're after lower latency for video, your best bet is using the USB-C wired connection. In fact, wired USB is the only other way to connect to the speaker. While holding down the play button, plug your audio device into the USB-C port to get USB-C audio. In addition to reduced latency, this mode also lets you play back lossless audio, which might be important to the audiophiles out there. But remember, it doesn't come with a USB-C cable. Okay, so you've unpacked your speaker, you've connected it via Bluetooth or wired USB, and you're ready to enjoy some tunes. What can you expect? After all the preamble, how does this thing sound? Given its portable size, pretty good. It's on the smaller side, so it's never gonna shake the room with low bass, but we still measured low-end extension down to an impressive 56 Hz. Kick drums have plenty of body and punch, and bass lines are warm and groovy. The mids and treble are also really well balanced, so vocals and instruments come through clearly without sounding harsh or artificial. And if you want to tweak the sound, there's always that 7-band graphic EQ. The speaker uses JBL's AI sound boost technology to adjust its sound. There's no mic, so this isn't a room correction tool, and it can't be turned off, so we can't say exactly how it changes the sound. On its own, the speaker downmixes stereo content to mono. For true stereo playback, you'll need to pair it with a second speaker using Auracast. Thanks to its cylindrical shape, bass and lower mids sound pretty consistent no matter where you're sitting, but the highs are more directional. For the best clarity, make sure the JBL logo on the front is pointed towards you. It gets loud enough for a small to mid-sized room, like an apartment living room, but it struggles to fill bigger spaces. At max volume, you'll also experience some compression as kick drums lose a bit of punch relative to the rest of the mix. Okay, so those are the Charge 6's key features. What of the competition? This particular price bracket is packed with contenders. The Ultimate Ears Megaboom 4 is another tough, portable speaker that's very good for the outdoors. It doesn't get quite as loud as the JBL, but its battery lasts longer, and it has true 360-degree design, so it sounds consistent no matter where you're sitting. The Megaboom also has a big boost in the high bass. Some will love it, others might find it a touch muddy. Either way, you can adjust both speakers' sound in their companion apps. The choice might come down to your existing setup. If you're already using JBL Auracast speakers, the Charge 6 fits right in. And the same goes for the Megaboom 4 with its Party Up feature. If you're looking to save a little cash, but still get great performance, the second generation Bose SoundLink Flex is worth considering. It's smaller, lighter, and easier to toss in a bag. It also delivers a more balanced sound at moderate volumes than the JBL. The downsides are that it can't get as loud and doesn't last as long off a single charge. The Bose will also only pair with other second generation Flex speakers. It's not part of a larger ecosystem the way the JBL or Ultimate Ears speakers are. But that's only an issue if you've already invested into one of those ecosystems. If you're looking for a portable speaker to accompany you on camping trips, hikes, park hangs, or balcony barbecues, this is a very good choice. Its rugged design, long battery life, and handy carrying strap support its use as an all-purpose speaker. Its balanced sound suits everything from music to podcasts, although we don't recommend it if your primary use case is watching videos. That said, it doesn't reinvent the wheel, so if you're happy with your Charge 5, you probably don't need the upgrade, unless you've got extra USB-C cables lying around to take advantage of the USB-C charging port, have other Auracast-enabled JBL speakers, or you're looking longingly at that carrying strap. That's all we have time for, folks. If you're interested in learning more, check out the written review linked in the video description below, alongside our other speaker reviews. For now, I'm Matt from RTINGS.com, where we help you find the best products for your needs. But you do get Playtime Boost mode. Playtime Boost. Boost is objectively a funny word. Playtime Boost.